Now then, and welcome back to another episode of our Core Set 2020 opening. I'm here with Dean.
Hello.
And we've got 25 packs left of, what was it, 110?
Yeah, it was 110. I did well this time round.
Feels like at least an hour and a half ago.
It really was, yeah.
So 25 packs left to open. We're going to open these as individual packs rather than as tens. And then maybe we'll look at something else after we've finished opening these 25. Hopefully you get another vault before then as well.
It'd be nice.
Let's see what the end results are. What do we got? We've got...
I think that's a different one, isn't it?
Return target creature or land card from the graveyard. Yeah, we've seen that one. 6 life and get a card back. And the Scryland.
Yep, that's always a good start.
We've got that Salvager Ruin, which is a 2/1. Choose target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from battlefield this turn, return it to your hand. That's not bad. If you lose a Planeswalker, you can bring it back.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Like it.
I think we've seen Blood for Bones, haven't we?
Sacrifice the creature. Yep.
Yeah. And another Ceratops.
A dozen of them.
Yeah.
The Orc Warrior are back again.
Yeah.
And the Pegasus.
Yeah. He's ugly, isn't he?
Well, he's an orc. What do you expect an orc to be ugly? Yeah. I've never seen a handsome orc in anything ever.
No. Oh, way up. Now that looks interesting.
For 4 mana, look at the top 7 cards of your library, put 2 of them in your hand and the rest on the bottom. That is a fish card. It is an epic fish.
Go fishing.
Go fish for whatever you want. 7 cards, look at them, put 2 in your hand, put the rest at the bottom in any order. That is crazy good.
I think the artist for this set may have had a sense of humour, you know. Like 1 or 2 of them have just had some ironic pictures, haven't they?
Go fish.
Yeah.
We've got the Master Splicer we've seen. Yeah. Creates a colours golem. Yeah. And golem get +1/+1.
Ugly Orc Boy.
Ugly Orc Boy, yeah, once again. Or girl, we don't know. Who'll be wearing a skirt.
Oof.
And another Scry.
Yeah, yeah. Not much to say about that, really. Oh, look who's back, look.
Thrashing Brontodon. And the Unchained Berserker. That's considered as uncommon. That's the first one I've seen. Protection from white. And gets +2/+0 as long as it's attacking. So it's a 3/1 protection from white.
It's a white weenie buster.
Nice. Yeah.
And it does the same thing as that annoying what's that thing that gets +2 for white? You can make that indestructible, but this one can't be blocked by the white creatures.
Yeah.
And he could kill that without dying as well.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Not bad against the white weenie deck. Sideboard them in any day.
Yep.
And another one of those weird artworks that we're not sure whether it's somebody carried by a bird or a bird that's wearing robes.
I think it's definitely a bird that's wearing robes myself, because there's his shoulders, look.
Well, the jury's out for me still. We shall see.
But Kai card does look really nice.
Looks pretty cool, yeah. Jeskai Commander deck would look good with that. The Little Wand.
Little Wandy.
And another Ferocious Raptor. No, Hydra.
Yeah.
The Vicious Watcher. That was the first one you picked today.
It was, you're right, yeah. The picture is, to be fair,
it's
very
another
similar.
Hydra.
It's very similar as well, though, because he's sort of...
Hydra-like.
Yeah.
Looks like a Hydra, is a Hydra.
Yeah, we've seen those two. That powerful, very powerful Drake, I think. And this fellow. Oh.
And that crazy artifact guy who you'd have to build a whole deck around.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure he's going to see any play. But maybe in Commander, but I don't think he's going to see any play in Standard. But I have been wrong in the past on these things.
I don't know, if I had 2 of them, I'd probably make a deck around them just to see if it worked.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, maybe.
Another Scuttlemut.
And this fellow, which I'm quite pleased to see, because he's going in my Aristocrats.
And another Scryland. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy choices. We've got Spitfire.
Yep, that's a good one.
4/3 for 3. whenever you deal some damage to it. Yeah,
I was going to say a heck ton of play in those direct damage decks. Have we seen this one yet?
Creature spells with flying cost 1 less to cast. No, we don't. That's pretty good.
That's quite pleasant, actually. I like that.
Yep. And the cage. I like that one. I think that's a must-have for anti-controlling decks.
Yeah, and with the Karn ability to bring in outside artifacts from the sideboard, you could sideboard one of them in for that nasty green-black deck.
Yes. Yeah.
And that puts a stop to all that nonsense.
Puts a stop to a lot of nonsense from a lot of places.
Yeah.
Rule of Law. I don't think we've seen that one yet.
No, I don't think we have either.
Each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn.
That's rather pleasant. Although it does affect you as well.
Yeah, but if you're playing the game the way that rule is put in place, then you don't play to cast more than 1 spell a turn anyway.
Yeah, and it doesn't say you can't cheat them in either. It's only you can't cast them.
Yeah, yeah.
So there are plenty of cheats around that.
That Agent of Treachery is pretty cool as well. It's a bit expensive for what he does, I suppose, but it's target permanent.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, Mr. Planeswalker, come over to this side of the battlefield, please.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep you.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, you're so impressive playing your Nicol Bolas on turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at me. I take it off you.
Yeah, I'm not sure you get him out on turn 4, but
I don't know.
And there's another one of those nice scribbly elementals for the elemental deck. That might be the ones worth looking at later on, actually. The
elemental deck. Yeah. And another Baby Chandra, or Novice Chandra.
Yeah, and
Protection from a Black Guy.
Oh, yeah, we did see him earlier. Oh, and another one of them.
The Elemental Knight.
Yeah.
Cavalier of Night.
He's good.
Make some sacrifice creatures, and then you can bring them back
Yeah.
other creatures. Very good.
Yeah, he's pretty tough as well, really, for a life linker. Oh, our good old friend again, look. Oh,
hey.
Well, you can't complain at that, can you?
Can't complain. Any mythic you want. Risen Reef. That's a new one on me.
Yes. Now this is already seen a lot of play. I've seen last night. I saw about 10 decks with this in when I was playing.
There you go. Then that's a green-blue elemental deck to test out.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Risen Reef or another elemental enters the battlefield under your control, which there's a lot of opportunities for that to happen.
Yeah.
Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped to ramp every time you play an elemental.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't put that card onto the battlefield, put it into your hand instead. So it's a draw as well. So every time an elemental comes into play, you draw in the top card of your library. If it's a land, put it onto the battlefield.
Yeah, it's seen a lot of play already.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's a really good.
It's weak with one toughness.
It doesn't need
Anything
to be
can hit
terribly
it.
strong, though, does it really?
Well, it does to survive, but so long as it does its job. If they've got no removal, then they've got no removal. It could be a 6/6 if they've got removal. It doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, people can bounce that and keep using that to sift through their deck as well.
Yes, you can keep dropping it back down itself as well. Not bad.
Yeah. That as I say, that has already seen a massive play. Oh, can't moan at that either.
Nope.
I'm rather hoping we see a few more of those Risen Reefs actually.
Some more vampires. And another
that's
ley line.
nice. I still think we're short 2 ley lines, aren't we? I don't think we've seen a couple of them.
No, there's only 4 colours of ley line, isn't there?
I think
No,
you're
5
right.
colours of ley line.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't think we've seen the black one, if anything.
Yeah, we've seen a Veil of Summer.
Yep.
Because I remember the artwork. That's not bad actually for a 1 mana drop.
Flash flying that gets you to draw cards late game.
Yeah, I think that's
Right, yep.
pretty good.
1 mana, 1/1 should be all you need, really. But and nearly a playset of those.
Yeah.
I don't think they're kind of almost uncastable, but we'll see if you can get it to work in a deck.
Yeah, something might come up. There might be a big old deck that somebody clever figures out how to get it out really quick.
Yeah, big trample deck.
There's another rare has just gone home, which is nice.
Those Diamond Knights are pretty good. Except it's a chosen colour. Put a 1/1 counter on. So I can't see it working in an artifact deck. If it's a no colour deck, it's not going to work.
Well, yeah, okay. Oh, that's nice. That's the one I want. That's get rid of the horrible red deck card.
That's the second one. It's going to have to be loads of enchantment removals in the decks coming up.
Yeah. I think we've seen the Wave Crasher.
Yep.
That's
And the good old Gravedigger.
Yeah.
Yep. And another one of those Yarok the Decks created.
Yeah.
It's pretty immense. Pretty good.
Yeah. One of the other things we can do at the end is we can go into the collection and look, see if there's anything we might have missed.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Got Pulse, which we've seen.
what's that Battalion Soldier? Just go back. We've seen it a few times pop up, and I don't really know what it does.
There we
It's a
go.
3 mana 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for any number of cards named Battalion Foot Soldier. Oh, it's one of those. Okay. Reveal and put them in your hand and shuffle your library. Okay, yeah. So you only need to do it once. I don't get the any number of. I suppose it depends on your hand size, doesn't
If
it?
you've got 4 of them in your deck, you get them out and you've got something to cast for a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah,
It's all right.
they have their uses. Oh, way up.
Artemis? Artemis?
Yeah, I think it's Atimus.
Atimus, the All-Seeing. Okay. Sphinx. We haven't had a Sphinx for a while. There's always a Sphinx in the core set. 6 mana, 4/5 flying. Yeah. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. It's a fairly good ability, but it's a tap ability.
Yeah.
Whenever it deals damage to an opponent, you may reveal your hand. If cards with at least 6 different converted mana costs are revealed this way, that player loses the game.
Yeah, and... Yeah.
That's going to be really, really difficult. Not only to get those kind of cards in your hand and not need to use them during the matchup, but also attacking through a player that you haven't been casting spells against the whole game to be able to get them into your hand in the first place.
Yeah. I
As
think...
if by magic. There are some decks that allow you to have no maximum hand size and just draw huge amounts of cards. And if you've got a huge amount of cards in a hand size that's irrelevant, you could potentially just win the game with one good hit.
If you could find a big creature that was one of each colour mana to cast and a colourless for your 6th,
Yeah.
you could do it in one card.
If cards with at least 6 different converted mana costs.
So
you've got to have 6 cards.
Costs. I thought it was the different mana symbols.
No,
I
there's
read
a
that
couple.
wrong.
They would be similarly difficult, but still not as difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Insta win if you can combine some other effects to get the right cards in your deck.
be hard work, but yeah.
Very hard work, yeah. I don't think it's going to see much standard play. For
Although
sure.
you can actually draw and toss, look, to
Yeah,
make it happen.
to
I
make it
suppose.
happen, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't think it's particularly powerful. I think you'd probably be dead before you got it off, but yeah.
We've seen the ugly orc
Yep, and then
and the Pegasus,
cowardly Pegasus. Yeah,
and another bag of holding. Yes,
nice.
I like the bags of holding.
Yeah, they're
They're
pleasant.
pretty good.
Picture's nice as well.
Flame sweep.
I don't think we've seen that.
2 damage to each creature except for creatures you control with flying.
That's nice.
That's very
actually.
nice.
Yeah,
That goes into my Sarkon Dragon deck any day,
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah,
2 damage board
I
sweep
like
except
it a
for my
lot.
dragons.
Cryptic Caves. I don't think we've seen this one either, have we?
Draw a card. Yeah, if you have 5 or more
we have
lands.
seen that one. Yeah,
It's kind of a weird little one.
and this one's one we haven't seen.
The Mystic Forge. 4 mana. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast the top card of your library if it's an artifact card or a colourless non-land card. Pay 1 life, exile the top card of your library. You may cast the top card of your library if it's an artifact card or a colourless non-land card. You still got to cast it, so you still got to pay for it. But you can see the top card of your library. And earlier on, there was another artifact where you can name the top card of your library
And draw 3
and draw
cards.
3 cards to see if you've got it there. So there's that ability in it.
Yeah. there's-
And Vivian also has some abilities like that where you can.
It's perma-scry as well, to be honest.
Well, yeah, there's that as well. And you can cast it, so it's good for a red deck.
Yeah.
It's similar to the Elemental Frenzy.
Yeah. I think that might actually see quite a bit of play. That.
So long as you can play an artifacts or colourless
Yeah,
deck,
yeah.
then yeah.
I think that I think it'll still see quite a bit of play. It'll just be that people use it for stacking their deck to get what they want on
For the
following
scry.
turn. Yeah.
So you don't use it for the artifact card or colours land card part. You're using it to look at the top card and exile it if you don't want it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
stack your deck.
Yeah. Another Diamond Knight.
God, I'll tell you what, I must have had nearly a vault on there just on them.
And the fish.
The fish.
The epic blue card for the set, the fish.
We like the fish.
Fish 4. Another Colossus Hammer and a Meteor Golem. And another All-Seeing.
Yep.
Difficult card to use, but maybe there'll be some tricks. It'll be a janky deck, but it'll work. Somebody will make it work.
Yeah.
They'll flash it in and then insta-win somehow. Eternal Isolation was getting rid of target creature with power 4 or greater, and the Diviner's Lockbox was okay, as I recall. That was the one we were talking about, actually. Top card of your library.
Yeah.
And then sacrifice it. Thunderer's Awakening. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
That Diviner's Lockbox would actually work with artifacts on that as well. Choose a name, reveal the top card of your library. If that card is chosen name, sacrifice it, draw 3 cards, activate this ability only anytime you cast a sword. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what's coming, you utilise that, sacrifice it, draw 3 cards. Not bad.
Pleasant.
Artifacts without artifact killing stuff. Yeah.
Got the caves again.
Simple enough. And a Leyline of Anticipation.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
Not the one we haven't seen yet, I don't think.
And the final of 110 packs.
Yeah, it's the last. Gosh.
You get a Scuttlemutt and a Might of the Masses. With Skyland.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen that colour one.
That might be a new one for that one, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Temple of Malady.
Yeah.
Or Malady,
Yeah.
depending on which way you want to pronounce it. Malady. I do like the Malady. Yes, Malady.
I think it's like a malady.
Malady, yeah.
From.
Yes, Malady. Okay, so this is the deck that me and Dean came up with at the end, right? There's a bunch of land. Basically, the pay life lands, or it comes in tapped. Steam vents, stomping grounds, breeding pools to splash those colours and get us islands, mountains, and forested sorted out, right? We've got 3 Nissa who shakes the world because you can't get enough mana, right? The main things we're doing with the Risen Reef. The Risen Reef. And in a little bit of playtesting we did. Dean's not here now. We did a bit of playtesting the other day, and he's been playing it a few times since then at home as well. And now ready for Friday Night Magic. Here it is. The Risen Reef is potentially the star of the show here. Whenever Risen Reef or another elemental enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. If you don't put that card into the battlefield, put it into your hand. So every time an elemental every time another elemental enters the battlefield, you draw a card. Now either that card's a land and you put it down, but it's a look at, it's not an actual draw. Put it down, or you put it in your hand. So it's not a draw a card, which is something that's protected against in certain instances and something that's got problems and damage causing effects. No, it's a look at, put it onto the battlefield, or put it in your hand. Simple as that. And that really does ramp you up and sort you out once you've got those down. And 2 or 3 of them is amazing. You soon get through your deck. Now we had also the Elemental. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on another target elemental you control. Whenever another creature you control dies, gain 1 life. That creature was an elemental, put a 1/1 counter on elemental growth. So you can chump block a few things with the elementals from the early game, and you don't worry about it too much once you've got one of him out, because he gets bigger. Living Twister, another interesting elemental. You can return tapped land to its owner's hand and throw it and destroy things for 2 damage to any target. Very useful when the Risen Reef has caused you to play loads and loads of lands that you don't really use each turn because you're not really casting anything anymore because you've got things and you just want to start throwing land at them. It's very good. It's a very useful little twister. We've also got this Lotus of the Royal, or Lotus of the Royal. When it enters the battlefield, deals damage to any target equal to the number of elementals you control. But whenever a land enters the battlefield and you control, put a 1/1 counter on target elemental you control. If you control 8 or more lands, draw a card. Also very pretty epic. Thunderdrake, whenever you cast your second spell, put a 1/1 counter on it, which is good because you normally do cast a few spells with the Reef Risen, putting cards in your hand. And Leafkin Druid, Lightning Storm, Creeping Trailblazer, and the Healer Glade, all very useful early game elementals to get you going. Enters the battlefield, gain 3 life. Good blocker, 1/2 against aggressive decks. Leafkin, A 0/3, good blocker against aggressive decks, and can start adding mana to cast spells. Lightning Storm, Flying Haste, 2/2 for 2, excellent for surprise attacks and low cost enter the battlefield triggers later on in the game. Creeping Trailblazer, other elementals get +1/+0, definite bonus in a tribal. It's a 2/2 for 2, and you can also give it +1/+1 until the end of turn for each elemental you control. We've got a Might of the Masses in a similar vein there to push maybe a Lightning Stormkin through with a Might of the Masses and gain all of the bonuses to finish the game. And 4 Lava Coils for accurate removal, as the best colour that we've got here for removal is red for exiling creatures that we don't want to see ever again. That is the deck, and we had a lot of fun playing it. Give it a quick go now. Here we go. Are we ready for our Friday Night Magic? Deanman, he's having a go. Alright, so Dean has got this thing as well where you can touch it and change colours and all that kind of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3 land. Counter spell that we've got the right colours for. Yeah. Legendary 3/3 we've got the colours for. The Drake we almost ready for, and the Nissa almost ready for. I think that's a keep. Not too bad. This, maybe that's too early actually. Deals damage to any target equal to the number of elementals you control. And put a 1/1 counter on elemental you control. I don't know whether having those two in my starting hand is a good job. Having the Iron Eyes and the Thunder Drakes in my starting hand is pretty good. I mean, we can control the game a little bit. I'm tempted to mulligan because I want a decent video. But I'm going to keep it, see if we can play through it. And if I don't, then, well, you won't see this video. I'll record another clip because we've only got time for one quick game at the end of today's episode. So, yeah, there's not a lot I'm going to be doing about that. So, Breeding Pool, we'll put that in tapped. And we're working, we'll go red and green. We'll go the way it's laid out on the board here. That's there. We'll work that way around, see what happens. Bishop gains life. It's going to be a life gainy deck. And I didn't really want him there either. Well, I suppose 3 mana for a 2/5 is pretty epic. Let's put that down tapped, because there's not a lot we're going to do with that. And then our next one, we're ready for the Iron Eyes. We've got Iron Eyes up for the counter spell. Possibly some kind of a Johnny Bridemake or something. It's going to be difficult to decide, yeah, Johnny Bridemake, but not in time for getting the counter spell. So this could be a game over already, but we do have a good blocker available, maybe. +2 and Proliferate. Was that what? +2 for 2 and then turned. Wow, that's going to be a big deal straight away. See, now I'm holding on for a Iron Eyes to stop whatever else they're playing. I'm taking 7 more damage, which is difficult. That requires another elemental to be down. That's not so good. So I am going to hold out for a counter spell and hope that I can stop whatever they're planning on doing next. Play another land, or counter the other Ajani's Pridemate, deal some damage to him. 2 damage, not the end of the world. And then 7, and he's used his mana up for the turn. Yeah. Okay, now we need to do this. Deals damage to any target equal to the number of elementals you control. That's not good enough yet, is it? Thunder Drake, whenever I cast my second spell, it's going to put a counter on. I could kill the vampire at that point to stop the lifelink, but I'm still going to take 6 Pridemate damage. Elemental, can't play yet. Healer enters the battlefield. I could do the healer and the elemental to have 2 blockers. Gain some life. I think that's the thing. Gain 3 life. Yeah. Elemental enters the battlefield. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. There we go. Now we've got 2 decent blockers. And I gain 3 life. So, chump it. That's what I say. Chump it. And hope we get something else after. Ajani is the only one going in there. So, okay. We will block the Pridemate. He's not doing any life linking. And he gets a counter. There we go. So now we're up to 5. We can start playing around with Nissa. We are starting to get to the point now where we can bring this guy in. And when he enters the battlefield, he'll deal 2 damage to any target, which will be that one. Taking him out, leaving just an Ajani. But now Ajani can't attack alone because of multi-block. Well, he could. He could attack alone. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target elemental you control. Yeah. So he's going to want me to block. Now, do I choose not to? 6 damage. I can take 6 damage. I'm going to go with no. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to enter a trigger. Put that on the overgrowth elemental. I'm going to play Nissa. Bring Nissa out.
Witness the ties that bind
Upgrade.
us all.
Get myself a land sorted. Let's take this one out.
The land fights for us.
Okay, we've got a blocker now. We've technically got 2 blockers now. There's not a lot else I'm going to be doing with these spells. I think I'm going to go in for 5. Just to keep him down a little bit. And then double block a Ajani Pridemate after with the 2/3/3s. Unless he plays something that gives him a life. Play another creature. He gets a bit bigger. Chump block with a forest. Yep. Gets 3+1 counters armor. Dang it. Okay. Well. Gonna chump block with a land. Possibly a terrible idea, but you never know. Get an extra counter on that. Stick another land down. Put another counter on him. Thunder Drake. Little flyer. Bring him down. We need to then tap that for red. Untap it with Nissa.
The land shall conquer.
And then bring out the Living Twister. And resolve that. So now we're getting some counters on everything. Okay, now we've got a board to be proud of. And he's only got an Ajani's Pridemate. So, we're not going to attack into it. We're going to cause him to start thinking of solutions to my problem. I'm going to start swinging over with a Thunder Drake, I think. And maybe getting the Living Twister to start throwing some kind of damage his way. Gets lots of life linkers. Yep, we're just going to need to take out that Ajani Pridemate. And I think he may just be thinking about sending in his life linkers, to be fair. We've got to knock him out for 12. We do just about have 12 on the board to take out the Pridemate. Would be really good now if I had something... Would be really good now if I had something else to cast. If I had one of those reefs, it would be really good now. If I tap that for mana and then return it to my hand. Well, let's tap that. Tap that. Do his ability to return a tap land, which would be that one, and play it down. Enters tapped. Put a counter on something like that. Resolve. Make another 3/3 there. Nissa can then turn it into a blocker again, or we'll turn this one into a blocker. We've got plenty of blue sources. I don't mind if I lose that blue source. And then she's almost ready for indestructible blockers, which is going to be an awesome thing. And Let's go with some flying attackers. Just to keep whittling him down a little bit. And end the turn. Okay, so as you can see, this deck can go wide with the elementals. If I could return him to my hand and lay him down again, that would be another big, hefty chunk of damage we get. X card, well, X life with X is the number of vampires control. That's 6. He's going to lose 6 life and draw 6 cards. Gain 1 life from that as well. Which a Chinese Pride Mate goes up 1. Okay, but that's basically his whole turn. Makes it a little bit easier for us. Anything good? Anything good at all? Doesn't look like it. Ah, transform his colour. It just shows I'm looking bored. Pet it, pet it, pet it, pet it. Alright, so pass to attackers. Anybody? Bringing anything in? You just letting your Pride Mate get huge? Okay. Well, the Reef is the star of the show, and we haven't seen one at all yet. Which is kind of bad, isn't it? Let's bring him down. Because why not? Let's make our flyers bigger, because why not? He's not a flyer, is he? No. We shall... use his ability to return a tap land to my hand. That one. And then we'll play it. That'll give me that, which can upgrade him. Yeah, the Thunder Drake again. Why not? Then we can bring this out and get that land untapped again and brought up. We've got enough blockers for almost anything he brings at us now.
Of the ground you walk on.
And she's ready for her indestructible land next turn, which means that we can then just sit there behind the land blocking the Pride Mate. And next into combat, we shall attack with that one and that one for 8 damage, taking him down to 9. Fairly decent. And oh, how the tide has turned, or how the elements have turned against them. Another Pride Mate. Go for it. All the enter the battlefield triggers. No problem. We're going to have indestructible lands soon. Let's hope. Indestructible lands anyway. At the minute, I can live in Twister ability to pick up one of the lands that I block with and replay it in the following turn to trigger a +1 on the Drake. Yeah, keep going. Which will make me have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. He's now got up to 11 though, which is difficult. I would have to swing past 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not going to be able to do that. So, not looking great. Oh, he's finally doing the all-out attack. Okay. He's not attacking with his big Pride Mate. Okay. So, we will block. We will pass to blockers, yeah. We will block that to there. Because, why not? And we will block that to there. That to there. That to there. That to there. And that to there. And he'll get 1 damage through by the looks of that. And lose all that, but gain all the lifelink. He's only got 1 mana left. What could that possibly do for him? 1 mana isn't enough to do anything, is it? Is it? Oh, he might have a trick for 1 mana. I do not know what the 1 mana is going to do. But I suppose he had to crash into it somehow, didn't he? So he got one big nasty spell for 1 white mana. Moment of Triumph. Okay, a target creature gains him 2 life and gets +2/+2. Okay. Yeah, and boom, boom, boom. They all die and exit the room. And he gains a load of life. Yep, and I gain a load of counters on those guys. Excellent. Resolve all of these triggers. Yeah. Could just click resolve all. Okay, and my turn. Okay, play a land. That means I no longer get the +1/+1 counters on. But now we can make all of the lands indestructible.
The land bestows opportunity for those who are worthy.
That one. As many as I want. Yeah, that's all of them. Submit all of the forests that I want. Enters tapped. Thank you very much. That would have been a lot of land triggers, wouldn't it? That would have been a lot of land triggers. Now, with this, I could potentially start messing around by throwing some stuff at him. I've got 8 damage there. I've got indestructible island and forest that can now block the 2 pride mates. They're indestructible, so we'd have to exile them to stop them from doing anything. I think I need to get like 2 damage in on that war leader, so we're going to return tapped land, which I think will have this breeding pool. And then we will discard target creature. We'll do it to that one, yeah. And discard that, submit 1 damage. Okay, and then we'll do his ability again. Pick up a tapped land, which will be one of these stomping grounds. And then we'll use his ability to discard a land and deal 2 damage to that creature. Okay. Now he's got 2 blockers. And we've got 2 potentially going through, 3 potentially going through, 6. There's not really enough to go through, is there? So we've just got to keep attacking over the top like that. And there we go. I don't know what he's saying ups for. He must be thinking something's gone wrong. What's he got? Destroy all creatures. Yep, we've got lands that are immune to that. An angel. A flying angel. Okay. Gain a little bit of life. It's alright. Yep. Yeah. They're big, giant pride mates. But I've got indestructible land. And you don't have trample. So I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. Come on. I'm good with that. If only this wasn't such a stalemate. Either one of my critters is very good at surviving the flying damage that may be coming at me. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay, so now we've got to get past those flyers and all his life gaining tricks. But technically we are winning here because we can throw the land all we want. Minus X, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Okay. Just getting rid of him. That creature dies, make that one bigger. Okay. Yeah. I can throw a land at the bloodletter to get rid of him at the start of the turn. And he doesn't want to fight. Okay. So, I still haven't seen one of these reef guys. Let's cancel that. Should really tap it for mana first, shouldn't I? Tap it for double green. Then we'll untap it. And it becomes an indestructible land.
True power.
We shall... I'd like to cast my second spell of the turn. Yeah, that'd be nice. We can... I can't really attack with anything right now because of these big blockers in the way. I can tap that in. That becomes another creature for me. I may have messed that up and could have saved it for later. We will tap 2 of that. Tap for 2 of that. We'll do this little trick with him. We'll return that to hand. We'll do that. Return that to hand. Okay. We can use his abilities again. Smash that. And use his ability again. On that. Take that. Smash that. And then we can... I could do it again, I suppose. Could do it again, but I don't really want it. I'd rather him lose his flyer to attack. Let him block some damage, that's fine. Still, he played 2 creatures last turn and didn't get anything out of it. No blocks, okay. And then end turn. I can still blow up his Bloodletter out of the sky with a single shot of land. Whenever a vampire I control attacks, lose 1, gain 1. Okay, well we've got 2 vampires to worry about there. So we've got that there. Yeah, resolve those 2. Resolve those 2. Okay. Let's take this. Add that. Do this, add that. Yeah. Blow up his vampires. Blow up his vampires. Yeah, he sees what I'm doing already. Okay, well, that went on a little bit longer than I expected. We saw almost everything apart from the Trailblazer and the Reef, which are 2 amazing cards. And we didn't get a Might of the Masses out of that either. Trailblazer and the Reef are pretty good win cons, really. +1 to all other elementals, including all the land Nissa makes. And that just draws you and brings loads of cards through, so you've always got stuff to cast. So we saw the Nissa's ulti, which prevented the Ajani's Pridemates from doing anything. The Thunder Drake and the Flying Haste Stormkin were going to beat him down eventually, and everything else was just looking cool on the battlefield, really, doing well. We only used 1 Lava Coil and 1 Iron Eyes, something like that. It was a pretty decent game, and you didn't really see the full potential of when this Risen Reef goes off. That is the moral of the story here. You didn't see the Risen Reef go off, and I should potentially do a whole new video on Risen Reef. But until next time, folks, thank you very much for watching today's Friday Night Magic. Hope you enjoyed all the pack opening. Leave a comment down below for Dean, and leave a like on the video for me, and I will see you in the next episode of Magic the Gathering Arena. Goodbye.